everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notify button so you know when you're getting new episodes. And we just want to grow this project. I thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's get it rolling. The Shout Out Show. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody. It's Preacher Moss, host of the SOS, the Shout Out Show. I hope you're having a great day. As I always say, if you're not having a great day, I hope it gets better. That's number one. Number two, if you are a first-time viewer of the Shout Out Show, we are happy to have you, and we hope that your experience is a beautiful experience, and we give you a compelling reason to come back. Do us a favor, though. Click on that link and that subscribe button, that like button, because today we're trying to get from 102 subscribers to 103. That's right, brother. We have to manage expectations. But we're glad that you have it. And not only that you're here, I just want you to know right up front, you are an official member of the SOS family, the Shout Out Show family, the Shout Out Show soldiers. We have some of the most creative, loving, interesting, and inspirational people on here that you're ever going to have. I know there's other shows. Don't get me wrong. And if you're here for the first time, I want you to feel the love of the SOS. Feel the SOS love. And don't feel like you can put your comments in the comment section. And guess what? We're gonna give you a shout out because that's what we do. Let's see what we got here already. All right, now we got my sister right here, Sister Ree. Sister Ree is not feeling well, but y'all know we like a home shows. Sister Ree, we want you to feel better. Now, if you don't start feeling better, we're gonna start coming up with home remedies. Don't make me have to have you drink some turpentine and sugar to get your life right. All right, so start feeling better. Sister Satana, brothers and sisters, in case you didn't know, this is our consultant producer. She keeps me, I like to say, keeps me on the right track because sometimes life gets a little jumbled and I need that direction. So there you go. Oh, what's going on? This is Rich, you schizophrenic? You in two spots, Rick. I know who you are, girl. You ain't moved nobody. All right. And Sister Rabina, I did read the article. I have not finished the article about Public Enemy. It's very intriguing, but I'm going to check that out. Public Enemy and LBGTQ, and all the other alphabets there. Sister Sakina, all the way from Charlotte. Much love, much love. Thank you for coming. I hope you and your boys are doing well. And Ronald Foster. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ron Foster. All right, brother. I have some affiliation with some Fosters. I need to check your credentials out. Make sure you're not part of the Donald Foster, Barbara Foster, Kenny Foster situation. I think you are, though. But listen, I hope everybody's doing well. Just to give some shout outs, and like I said, I'd like to give love to the people that come back. And allow me to say this. I don't mean to digress. But I believe the show is getting better. We're having better guests. We're having better reaction. We're getting more response. And it's all due to you. It has nothing to do with me. It's all due to you, brothers and sisters, that tune in and you share and you let people know about this little production. We are the little podcast that could. That's what we are. We started with no money. We started with nobody even knowing about it. And we just kept building. Here we are doing episode, 158? You can't tell me it got in good. You can't tell me that brothers and sisters can't pull things together when they want to. So with that, let's jump to the subject matter because I have to jump off here. I have to keep a tight ship today. Today's topic is creativity excellence in space. Creativity excellence in space. Now, this is a build off yesterday of part 2 of creativity in the age of COVID. And I began yesterday, I kind of ended yesterday with telling everybody, you have to build your talent map. You have to build your genius map. You have to build your talent map and your genius map. What I meant by that, for those who need further clarification, is that you have to understand that there needs to be a destination for your skill set. Let me say it again. There needs to be a destination for a skill set. Why is this important? Because destinations for skill sets, brothers and sisters, they sharpen the skill set and they expand the skill set. What I'm trying to do when I tell people the talent skill set and the genius skill set is I want you to have a range. I want you to have a range. You say I keep doing this, have a range, because in that space of talent, genius, and if this is talent, maybe before effort, talent, genius, it's excellence. Let me begin by saying, particularly my own situation, particularly African-American community, African-American life in the United States, we are not taught excellence. We are taught compliance. We are taught to be obedient. We are taught to be normalized, but we're not taught or educated about excellence. Thus, the people that don't teach you excellence, guess what? They don't have excellence. Therefore, brothers and sisters, I am going to start out by saying, who are your teachers in the space of excellence? Because the people who are your teachers in the space of excellence, 9 times out of 10 will be your teachers and role models in the space of creativity. You see, creativity is the idea. Excellence is the expression. Talent, genius are the destination. Think about what I just said. Rewind it. Creativity, effort, right? Excellence, expression, talent, genius, destination. Now, some of you guys are going, hey, well, I haven't really heard it like that. Well, you can blame all of this on Mama Moss. My mother did a wonderful job of keeping people away from me who thought I thought differently. I didn't say weird, they just thought I thought differently. When I was 7, 8 years old, yeah, we had the Jacksons, but man, I sure did like Miles Davis. I sure did like John Coltrane. I like Jimmy Smith, and I like them too today. I had a mother that nurtured me who said, whatever it is that's on your mind, let me give you space and you work with it. You develop it. You develop a rubric that works for you. Now, brothers and sisters, what I'm going to tell you is a little bit philosophical, but it's meaningful because it's reversing a lot of the things that you have in your head. You don't even know that it's stuck in your head. We're going to reverse some of the things that you have in your head. Okay? Okay. Sister Aika all the way from Indonesia. We are going to reverse some things. There's a term I use with some of my clients. It's a French term. I stumbled upon it many years ago, but I love the concept. So hear me out. The word is called bricolage. Bricolage. I don't have a French accent like, bricolage. Bricolage. Forget the word. What you should be remembering, brothers and sisters, is what I'm about to tell you now. Bricolage is like the ability to walk into a room, look at objects in space, in your mind, realign them so that now the objects in space have value. They have importance. They have placement. They have rhythm. They have flow. They have symbolism. That's a lot of things, right? But we do it every day. We do it every day. However, we're not doing it for ourselves. I'm asking you now, brothers and sisters, to open that door of your own creativity. You're going to look in a room, there's nothing there. I'm going to give you an example. You're going to go into a room, there's nothing there. Somebody gives you an apple and a board, a plank, a piece of wood. And you will have to develop narrative out of that apple and a piece of wood. Let me tell you what happened when I had to do it. Or maybe this is some of your suggestions. You could put it in the comment box. What would you do with an apple and a piece of wood, a plank, like a 2x4? What would you do? How would you develop narrative or value out of those two situations? I'll give you an example. For me, I would look at the apple, I look at the wood, and I said, well, you have two things that are sitting on the floor. Neither one of them have movement. How do I create movement for the apple and the wood, which is developing a relationship? Maybe if you put the apple on top of the wood, now you have a little movement, but it's still not moving enough. It's still not moving to the point. You still have a stayed situation, it's stagnant. But if you put the apple at one end of the wood and you lift the wood, the apple will roll down. You've now created motion. You've now bought into ideas of gravity, inertia, kinetic energy, and that's where you have to start. You have to trust yourself that beginning at the end is the thing to do. You see, in America, I say in life, human beings, particularly America, we're very, very enamored with where something starts. Startup business. Nobody has end up business. You have startup business. And startup business is, I need the money. I need it. We never look at the end. What does the end look like? Can we envision the end? And if you can envision the end, brothers and sisters, you can reverse engineer and you'll have a very, very concrete idea of what the beginning looks like. History, we're never there at the beginning of history. Where do we start with history? Where it ends. Literally where it ends. People go, no, 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 no. If it's a retelling of something, it's where it ends. Let me get to this part about creativity, excellence, and space. Space. Space is one of the most essential aspects of excellence and creativity. Years ago, when we first started this journey, and I talked about creativity, I said there's two types of things. To the listener, to the creative. There's sound. Sound is natural. And then there's noise. Noise is forced. Noise is obnoxious. You have to get to a space that has sound as opposed to noise. I can't help you do that. What I can suggest is looking around, doing an inventory of the things in your life that have a lot of noise and don't necessarily have sound, because sound is different. Sound has purpose. Sound, in terms of space, this is amazing. I was listening to Stevie Wonder while I was running this morning. And I thought about all the amazing things that Stevie Wonder could do with no sight. And then I remember an interview he did years ago. And they asked him, when you're walking around your house, how do you not bump into a wall? And Stevie Wonder said, sound. I can hear proximity. I was like, whoa. He said, I can hear proximity. I can tell when a wall is approaching. I don't have to see it. And I'm going to say that everybody that's listening to this, begin to invest in that, brothers and sisters. Begin investing in that skill where you don't have to see the wall, but you know it's there. You know it's close. And most of you already have it, but I'm just going to say revisit it a little bit more, because your creativity is going to come from this space. Excellence is a driver. Excellence is a driver for creativity. Now, here's the deal. And I hate to say here's the deal, but here's the deal. Most of us are taught about excellence in a vacuum. Excellence oftentimes is framed against somebody else's expectation of excellence. Give you a prime example. Numeric excellence. Now, this is basically a gut punch to white supremacy, but every black person over the age of 40 remembers their mama giving them, or their daddy giving them, or their grandma giving them the equation for black success, which was what? You've got to work 3 to 4 times harder than the white person. Remember that one? They didn't say have be 3 or 4 times more talented, be 3 or 4 more times excellent, be 3 or 4 more times aware of space and how you develop it, but just 3 or 4 more times to be equal. Woo! Now I'm telling you something. I always thought about that. I got to work 3 or 4 times. I'm like, Grandma, that's why you always tired. But she slapped me in the mouth, and I deserve it. But here's my point. If we start removing this unnecessary nomenclature from our lives, and you go to the heart of the things that give you passion, the things that get you up in the morning, whether it's art, whether it's service, whether it's family. See, people think creativity has to be something that you put on the wall or you're listening to. True creativity is internal. It permeates everything you're doing. That's real creativity. Meaning that when you get up in the morning, for the Muslims, when you get up in the morning, you pray, you want the most excellent prayer because you want the most excellent result. School. A lot of us worried about grades in school. All of us did. But here was the deal. You know what? Not enough of us worried about excellence. I'll give you guys a short story. I had to go to military school from 7th grade to 12th grade. I had a gunny sergeant who was in charge of the drill team. Now, how I wound up on the drill team was, don't worry about it. How I wound up on the drill team doesn't matter. What I wound up with was this old black man who was 32 years in Marines, who was, for lack of a better word, he was my mentor. And he told me something that was really, really important. When I was in school, he told me, at this particular institution, he said, they're going to give you education. He said, but they can't give you a guidepost for excellence. And I said, why is that? He said, because the experience is not like yours. It's different when somebody gives you an idea of excellence, but their road is not impeded. Their road doesn't have particular challenges, setbacks. I said, are you talking about racism? He said, I wish I was talking about racism. He said, I'm talking about the present. He said, don't bring racism into this. He said, I'm talking about your ability, unadulterated, to figure things out on a consistent basis and scale up. And I said, Sergeant Sharp, are you for real? He said, yeah. He said, and your excellence will be grounded in the fact that you can teach it to somebody else. Brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you it was groundbreaking. Space. I'm not talking about isolation. I'm talking about protected space for your ideas, protected space for your expression. Not enough of us sit in a space quietly and think about our own genius, our own pathway to genius, our own pathway to expanding our talents. We don't even sit down and question our talents. Hell, some of us don't even think we have talent. If this is a different conversation, good. We're not having it enough. I hope I'm burning a hole in your eardrums because I hope I'm stomping on your eardrums because at this point in time, we live in a society where creativity is being killed. It will be up to people like you, myself, and other creatives to find a different narrative. We all have to be able to look at a situation, walk in that room, look at that apple, look at that piece of a board, and figure out the machination to make it make sense and have it be valuable. People looking at me like I'm crazy. Cool. You think I'm crazy? Good. A lot of people think I'm crazy. Check this out, though. Tell me if I'm crazy. Listen. I say the hip, hop, the hippie to the hip, hip, hoppy, don't stop, the rock to the bang, bang, bang. Say up jump the boogie from the rhythm to the boogie to beat. Remember that song? What did I just say? Some of y'all going, you ain't say nothing. Yeah, I did. I just gave you a hip hop anthem that started the whole business of hip hop. And I'm proud to say that I grew up in an era of hip hop where it was about excellence on the mat. It was excellence on the mic. It was excellence in the breakdancing. It was excellence in the art. It was excellence in the culture. That was before it became corporate. But I just told you, I just gave you a conflation of words that mean nothing. And then you put it over a beat, and it's a classic. I could take little words and I'll remind you of classics and excellence. Check this one out. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Ha, 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 ha. What is ha, 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 ha? Why do we go ha, 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 ha? Because somebody gave it meaning. And some of us say, it's not the ha, 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 ha. It's the rest of the song. I don't know if you have ever around, old school blues players. One of my favorite hearts. One of the women that got me started in the comedy business. I'm here to say. Her name was Coco Taylor. She was a blues singer. She wore the worst polyester pants, the worst wigs, but she sang this song that made her famous. Wang dang doodle. Wang dang doodle. And she would put her hand on her hip and shake, and she'd go, We gonna picture Wang Dang Doodle all night long. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I didn't know what a Wang Dang Doodle was. But I looked out in the audience, and evidently about 3,000 people knew what a Wang Dang Doodle was. It's all about creativity. And the excellence is that she was able to take Wang Dang Doodle and make it more and more and more and more and more meaningful, scaling up, brothers and sisters. Scaling up, brothers and sisters. Now, let me tell you about this last piece about space, because I don't want to leave space out of it. Space has a relationship to sound. Space has a relationship to sound. In music, we got Sister Rabina. I am Wonder Mite, and I come to say hello. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Space is important. One of the dangers I always felt of urban settings, the hood, the ghetto, is that space was at a premium. That space was not allowed. That whole idea of living on top of one another, in many regards, I felt like it was a contagion for creativity. It was a breeding ground for copying, plagiarizing, but it choked off creativity. I just gave you hip hop. Hip hop is probably one of the most choked off art forms that there is. Every once in a while, we get somebody that's semi-creative and we'll go, oh my gosh, that's the person that had space. Normally, that person was never around the game that much, or he changed it. But I mean, that goes to say, that I'm gonna leave that alone. But let me blow this out here because we're already at the 20-minute mark. Creativity, brothers and sisters, is a discipline. Running all through creativity, excellence in space is discipline. Creativity demands it, excellence demands it, space demands it. Let me even go further. Excellence demands it because to maintain a level of excellence, you must have discipline. To know your space creatively, to grow your space creatively, and to nurture your space creatively, you have to have discipline. Not only for yourself. And here's a big one. Sometimes the excellence and creativity that you're going to be nurturing, it won't be for you. It's what you have and you're willing to give to somebody else. We always joke about, though, and I heard someone say something, I think it was also his mom said something, those who can't play coach. And I was like, that's the whitest thing I heard in my life. Obviously, he never heard of Bill Russell, who was a player coach and won a championship. And he definitely didn't know anything about Negro Baseball League. But it's okay. I digress. But my point is, part of the excellence and part of the creativity is that you're going to have to develop a space of other creatives. Develop a space of other like-minded individuals. That's why you have book clubs and you have writer clubs and things like that, but they don't necessarily have the nurturing component that they used to because it's not a sense of urgency. You see, when I started teaching, we had a teaching circle that would meet. And that, a lot of them would drink because kids are hard. And I would have my Coca-Cola with no ice. I ain't no saint. But we would talk about creativity in the classroom. Because what we found was, particularly as Black teachers, all the creativity was rushed out of us. We had a white syllabus, we had a white curriculum, instruction, development type of deal, telling us how to teach Black kids. And Black kids looked at us like, you don't know me? You look like me, but you don't know me? And what came out of these conversations was they're killing our creativity. And that's why the kids don't like us. And when we don't have creativity, kids don't even think about the fact that we can even give them any kind of module, any kind of morsel of excellence. We can't even talk about excellence working in somebody else's system. And space, they won't give you space because you haven't earned it. So check this out, brothers and sisters. Creativity, excellence, and space all have a baseline of discipline. Creativity is the expression, right? Excellence is the execution, and space is tied into destination. And I also want everybody to know that when I talk about space, I'm not talking about just a room or something like that. Space, Islamically, is about patience. You ever heard people say, give me some space? They're asking for patience. Give me some patience. Let me have patience with myself. Maybe I need to have patience with you. But there's a whole lot of things, and we'll be continuing this conversation. I don't even know if I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but I felt like we need to have this conversation because we're all family. We're all family. I'm getting sick and tired of watching people feel frustrated, like they don't have options in their own life to uplift themselves, to, for lack of a better word, engage their own creative capacity. I mean, in that creative capacity, it could be a business, it could be spiritual, it could be family, it could be a whole lot of things. It could be arts. But I need everyone to understand that, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. And your communities will love you for it. I've seen people do some of the most amazing things, and it's cathartic because you know what? You get to see them rediscover themselves. Whether it's selling jewelry, whether it's singing, or whether I decided to paint today, or whatever that is. That freedom is your freedom. And I'm going to tell everybody, that old talk, grandma talk about you got to be 3 or 4 times better than so-and-so. No, grandma, no, you don't. I love my grandma. You have to be excellent. You got to be consistently excellent. And what happens is all the detractors, they fall away. And you begin to attract other people who want the same things. And understand this also before I go. Excellence is not this open thing that's tied to success. I find, and I'm going to leave on this, I find that some of the best advice, some of the best practices of excellence comes after failure. And it comes when you have to develop excellence out of failure. You have to develop excellence out of your own faults and shortcomings. That's a deep concept. At your lowest point, you're looking for an excellent idea of how you get out of a situation, how you elevate. Problem solving, creative problem solving. Do we do that? Do we give ourselves scenarios? Hey, man, if this doesn't happen, this could happen. This doesn't happen. I used to spend time and time just on scenarios. And I realized in looking back, and I still do it, I realized in looking back, literally, I was looking for the balance of the situation and excellence of the situation. So whatever situation I was dealing with, I wanted to bring excellence to it. Someone, the way right here just said leadership, yeah, excellence in leadership. That's why a lot of us loved Obama, because Obama was very, he spent time. You see a guy who thought about things. He was a thinker. And we hadn't had a thinker quite a long time. So let me wrap up on this. Creativity, excellence in space. Space is connected to sound and patience. Excellence, excellence is what? That's right. The expression. Creativity is the execution. So brothers and sisters, listen. Have an amazing day. Sister Reed, hope you're feeling better. If not, I'm gonna bring some sassafras tea back there that you rub on the back of your neck. Sometimes I crack myself up. All right, but seriously, feel better. Everybody on the show today, I want you to do this. Take 6 or 7 minutes in a space by yourself and figure out why you're creative. And if you don't know why you're creative or why you're not creative enough, then look at talent, look at genius, and look at those things as destinations, guideposts for how you move your creativity forward. All right, everybody, I gotta go. I got class tonight. It's killing me. But in any event, have a wonderful day. Thank you for your time. I hope whatever I said was of use to everybody. Again, Sister Satana, thank you for pushing me on this topic. I do need to be talking about this a lot more. So I appreciate you. Everybody have a wonderful day. And, be creative. Be excellent. Enjoy your space. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Take care, everybody. Hey everybody, this is your brother Preacher Moss. Listen, I hope that you enjoyed your shout out show experience. We'll be back with the next show, the next shout out show. A simple ask before you go, please help your brother out. Click that subscribe button, click that notify button, and I'll see you again on this side of the microphone. You probably wonder what that smell is. That's me. I smell good. And the reason I smell good is because I use oils from Tarifa Tar. So I'm not saying you can't smell good. I'm not even saying you stink. I'm saying you have the opportunity to smell exquisite. Check out tarifatar.com for some of the best oils and scents in town.